This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back, everybody. We are social creatures. We crave connection, relationships. Sometimes the relationships aren't the best. So we're going to talk about that today. How to improve the relationships around you, whether it's personal, professional, how to navigate that in many different areas. And this is all part of how she helps people move their lives forward through all different types of things: teletherapy, CBT, DBT, intervention, and also equine assisted therapy. Just a few of the things that she offers. She also got a wonderful nonprofit, which we'll get to in just a moment. Jennifer Wolf is on the program. Welcome back. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Good.
With the relationship thing, do you want to center on the personal relationships first?
Sure. That's absolutely fine by me. Yeah.
Yeah, I read this recently, and I saved it, and I'm going to call it up on my phone to read it as it is. And this is literally came out like yesterday. 5 seconds, and here it is. Psychologists have studied this, how to improve your relationship in just 1 minute a day. And it's so simple. Give the other person your full attention. No phone, no distraction. Be present for 60 seconds. When you think about that, how many of us even do that? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, okay, yeah, well, that's really great. I'm happy for you. And you're in the middle of doing like 5 different multitasking and everything. But they say just that can make such a huge difference. And they also throw in there too, 1 minute hug after a long day of work, even 20 seconds can lower cortisol and release bonding hormones, oxytocin, and all of that. It seems so obvious, but when do we do that?
We don't.
Right?
Especially now with the technology that is at our disposal. We don't. We have conversations with our spouse, our kids with a phone in our hand. And most of the time they have a phone in their hand or an iPad or a video game or something.
Yeah.
So we're not fully paying attention at all. And the other person knows it.
That's the best part.
Yeah. They know you're
the
not
other
listening.
person knows it.
Yeah.
Ow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that hurts in 2 ways. The people that you speak with and you know they're not listening, and then also knowing that now you just called us all out when somebody's telling us something, and you can't deny it. You can't say, nah, that's not me. Yes, it is. 60 seconds. It's like eternity when you've got all this other distractions. And I'm going to go here. And this came up recently, and I had this thought. Like, we tell those we're close to, even partner, kids, and all of that, I love you. Fantastic. It's great to tell, I love you. Sometimes I feel it gets overused. It just becomes a phrase. It's like the wallpaper. After a while, it's there, but you really don't see it. When was the last time you told somebody you like them? I like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
When? Who does that?
Yeah, I don't know. And it's so important for our well-being to share that and to hear it. It benefits both of us, both ways. To say something to somebody that's valuable and important
Yeah.
lets them feel validated and seen. It feels good on both ends of that. So
I
don't
searched
say it.
deeper with that, the I like you thing. Um,
Mhm.
Even you could be with somebody for 10, 15, 20 years and say that. And what a difference it makes. And then I thought deeper about it, and I'll shut up, but I want your feedback on this. Why does I like you hearing that feel good? And I was thinking, could it be because and it all goes back to childhood, right? A lot of stuff that we deal with and pilot by, that it reminds you of being a kid because you think about that time where, maybe somebody had a crush on you, or you're 8 years old and you have a friend, your friend says, I like you. Damn,
Mhm.
that feels good. Damn, that felt good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think maybe there's something that resonates there that, a lot of the stuff goes back to childhood, right?
It does. Pretty much everything that we do day in and day out somehow comes from our childhood.
Right.
And I would agree with you. I think hearing that it's very genuine and basic and simple. And I think it's comforting to hear that, maybe because of our childhood, of course, but
Hmm.
I think it steps back from the I'm just throwing this out there. I
Sure.
love you. I love you. I love you. I'm shaking things up. And some of those phrases that we don't use often enough, I appreciate you, not it. I appreciate you.
Yep.
And another big one that I believe in, especially with couples, is I respect you,
Ooh,
because it's hard to love if we don't respect you. We're not
totally.
loving you. So, yeah.
And when the respect is gone, it's over.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
over. There's no way getting around that.
Mm-mm.
The
Yeah. You got to
relationship,
respect your partner.
100%. And even in any situation, if there's no respect there, you can continue a relationship, but it's not the way it should be. Even in a professional one, you're working with somebody, something happens, you don't respect them. It's almost pointless. Like it's empty. That's the word I'm
Yep.
looking for. Empty.
Yes. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah. And you're right. That's in every relationship. We have to respect our kids if they're going to respect us, our coworker, our boss. It's very difficult to be in any type of relationship when you really think, I have zero respect for you. I don't like you as a person. That's tough.
You just even hearing that, it's like we're done. Like I don't respect you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's things I want to say, but I can't say here. If somebody
Right.
says that,
Right.
but the reality is, they're probably right. And what are you going to do? I mean, that's
Mhm.
hmm. We're opening up some new territory here in terms of awareness. Um,
Yeah.
we'll go to professional relationships, but on the personal ones, what's one thing you've learned in your journey about relationships?
I think having like a mutual come to the middle, meet in the middle understanding is important. Drawing that line between let's discuss this and let me tell you what to do, or let me tell you what to do. I think things need to be a discussion when it comes to the events in our lives with personal relationships. So we need to hear each other out without interruption. That's the huge one. And I've learned a lot about when we're listening to somebody, we have to get very good at responding, not reacting.
Hmm.
Those are two very different things, and it changes how we're listening to somebody, and what our response to them is going to be. And it dictates the entire outcome of that. Are we going to argue, or are we going to hear and understand each other?
How can we look at that in two different ways? Maybe examples, go hypothetical between
Yeah.
responding and reacting.
So let's say that your husband won't put the dishes in the dishwasher no matter how hard you try. You need to approach them with that respect in a calm tone that sets the pace. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm just reminding. And he is listening to this and he has two choices. One, sit there and process the defensiveness and get ready to pounce. What am I going to say back to this? And then has a reaction, usually explosive or not very nice or upsetting. And then she has to act in kind and back and forth and back and forth. Or he has a choice to listen, clear his brain. I'm listening to you. I hear you. Reiterate to her what she just said. You're upset that I won't put the dishes in the dishwasher. I get that. And then he processes what was said and realizes that it's not a personal attack, and then responds. I will try harder. I will work harder. Can you help me remember? Can I put a rubber band around my wrist to snap? Something. And
Mhm.
they start to communicate and respond versus that explosive, I can't wait to yell back at you. But it's important that you bring that calm to the conversation too. If you come at him yelling, of course, he's going to be defensive, shut down. We stop listening the minute someone yells at us. We stop.
Completely. And let's go now to the challenge. One, I want to talk to you about our situation here, the dish situation, whatever it might be. And the other person says, I don't want to deal with this right now. I can't do this right now.
Mhm.
Is it reasonable to make an appointment?
Absolutely. I tell couples all the time, say, hey, we'll meet in the kitchen in half an hour. If it's really intense and you're feeling a lot of emotion, maybe wait an hour. It just depends on what the situation is, but of course it is. And it's always okay to say, I'm upset right now. This is not a good time for me to talk about this responsibly and respectfully. So I need a little space. And it's okay for someone to do that, but we have to remember it doesn't mean you're getting away with it. We
Well,
are going to talk about it.
all right, let's do the follow up on that. Um,
Mhm.
what about the next day? So, you want to talk to me. I'm like, listen, I'm not in the right frame of mind. I'm very stressed. I just got home from work. Kids got to do homework. I just don't want to deal with it tomorrow. And then you both work on all right, tomorrow after work. How about 6 o'clock? And you both
Mhm.
agree.
Yep,
That's okay, right?
that's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
When it's livelihood, safety, kids, things like that, we do have to prioritize those things. But when it's like day-to-day life and you feel like you may be in trouble, attacked,
Yeah.
um, it's okay to put it off and wait. You know yourself and you're reading your body and you feel the stress or the angst in there, and you know best. This is not going to end well if we have this conversation right now. It's not about you. This isn't your fault. This is what I'm going through, but this is not going to end well if we talk right now. And it's okay to do that. And we're so like gung ho on this needs to be solved right now. And that's not always the case.
Well, yes, and we're programmed that way more and more every day. I say we live in an Amazon world. I'm clicking this thing right here, and in most areas, 3 p.m. It's at my door. Now, now, now. What about 6 p.m. arrives? Supposed to have that conversation.
Mhm.
You ask me, and I say, I'm no, I can't do it now. Yes, I'd love to. It just, I'm stressed out again. Now what?
You respectfully say, I would I would appreciate us just kind of getting this out of the way. It doesn't need to be an hours long conversation. Let's just handle this, take care of it. I'm going to handle you with respect, and I ask that you have the respect to
Hmm.
get this out of the way. Let's talk about it. And then it'll be over and done. It doesn't need to be long-winded.
I like that. And use the word respect. So you say to the other person, I respect how you feel right now, but please respect me. I'm feeling a certain way.
Mhm.
And yeah, and you set the expectation, which I love, in saying that doesn't have to, there's going to be a quick conversation. Let's just, get it over with. Let's just see where we're at here. Because I don't know what you want. Yeah, I'm cornered and against the wall again. That was yesterday. Here we are again, and now I'm like, so what's my expectation for an hour or
Mhm.
two? So
Mhm.
I like that a lot. I feel better now.
Yeah, yeah, we
Hmm.
can just set it up for success.
Yep.
Takes a lot. You have to be intentional.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and choose your words instead of saying you said it was 6 o'clock and that. Take that,
Yes.
take that very important, impactful, intentional deep breath or three and
Yep.
go there. So,
Yeah.
things we've learned about relationships. I want to share one and I want your feedback on it, please.
Mhm.
People show you who they are in the very beginning. Always. Just watch. Many times we don't for many different reasons, but it could be a personal relationship, it could be professional, but you're shown who they are. They're telling you. It's almost like they want you to know, but we don't see it. What are your thoughts?
So I think that's generally the case. You may run into narcissists who are really good at what they do, and I could go on a week-long thing about
That will be
narcissism,
next
but
week's podcast, by the way. Just saying.
oh, they're just awful. Um, So
Mm.
there is that, but you're right. When we meet somebody, little things kind of make you stop and go, huh, that was weird. But what we typically will do is say, anyway, and just keep moving forward. Um, People are showing you, people are sending off little flags here and there that we tend to ignore. One of my mom's favorite things is stop bleaching red flags white.
Ha! That's
Um,
awesome. That is good.
yeah,
That's good.
because I'm the queen at that. Um,
Same.
so you got we see the good in people, Steve. It's okay. Um,
We try.
so yes. So we got to look for those. So if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them the first time. If they seem like they're always too busy for you, that's who they are. That's the way things are going to be. You can try and push and change. Chances are that's not going to happen. Um, so always let people do what they're gonna do so that you can see what they want to do.
Say that last part again.
Yeah, so always
Always.
let always let people do what they're gonna do so that you can see what they want to do. So we cannot force them, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. Sit back and let them do what they're going to do, and they will show you what you mean to them. It's
Mm.
hard, it hurts, but they will.
Well, a lot of times in close personal relationships, let's say you start dating somebody and you're smitten. Oh, this is great. And you see something. I'm speaking from experience. I vividly remember what I was told in the first day or two. But this is great. Angel from the sky dropped down. Oh, this is wonderful, wonderful. And that thing that I was told turned out to be who they were a long time later.
Yep.
It's exactly who they were. And I
Yep.
didn't listen because I was like, this is great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. Yeah, cool. All right,
Yeah.
great. And then there you learn. But I really
Mhm.
even, I'm even thinking in even professional relationships scenarios, where people have dropped some nuggets of information there, but we don't want to see it. We're
Mhm.
just, we like you say, you want to see the good in things. You don't want to roll negative. But we need to because you're being
Yeah.
given information for a reason.
Yep. Yep. Your reputation precedes you.
Mm. Yeah, I gotta start writing these down. Um, Navigating relationships. What else should we put the focus on?
I think that when it comes to relationships, the bottom line is respecting each other as the humans that that person is. We have to do that. They are not you, and we are not them. This world would be very boring if we were all the exact same person. So we have to accept people for who they are, meet them where they are, whether it's a friendship or a coworker or a loved one. Where are they? What are they able to do? Meet them there and don't expect more or less. Um, and communication is huge. We completely forget that one. We go about our lives, we're, rats in the race, and
Mm.
we fail to sit down and look each other in the eye and talk and say things and communicate and laugh. And especially with couples, flirt, do all of those things that brought us together in the first place, that helps us remember, oh, this is why I fell in love with you.
Mm.
So if we don't communicate and really look at each other, the connection is gone. And then you wake up one day and you're like, we've been married 20 years. What happened? That's what happened.
Back to the beginning of that relationship 20 years later, it's my belief after a journey that every relationship maybe even professional, you need to look at the five love languages and discuss them. It's a 15-minute quiz. Mandatory. Mandatory. Your
Yeah.
thoughts?
I completely agree. And I also think knowing your attachment style is important, so that you can tell others and they know you. They know what to expect. So if you're an anxious attachment style person, rather than saying, God, you're so clingy, if you understand what that means, you can address your loved one so much better when they're an anxious attachment style. When secure attachments come together, or avoidance, or one or the other, we have to understand what that looks like and what that means so that we're not absorbing it as something to do with us, but that's the way that they enter and maintain relationships, is through that style. Very few of us, unfortunately, are secure attachment style.
Can you give us some examples of different attachment styles?
Yeah, so secure means, hey, I'm cool by myself. I got this. I can do this. I'm independent. I'm a wonderful, complete dessert. You come along, you're the cherry on top. Cool. Without that cherry on top, I'm still complete, delicious, wonderful. We communicate effectively. We do well together, well-oiled machine. The anxious attachment styles are very clingy. They want to fix everything. They can't stand if someone doesn't like them or agree with them. They're constantly in fear of abandonment mode. They're worried somebody's going to leave. They have very loose boundaries because they're afraid they'll upset someone and that person will leave. They are perceived as the clingy ones. Why do you need so much attention? Why do you need me to give you security all the time? That's their style. Then there's the avoidant. They're very standoffish, lack trust, don't like to get into relationships. They're fearful of them. They don't really trust you. They got their eye on you. They tend to shut down in times of stress. We feel like we're getting, the silent treatment. Those are the avoidants. They don't know how to handle emotion and confrontation. And then there's the disorganized, and they're a little bit anxious and they're a little bit of the avoidant. They kind of come together, and you'll see them sometimes very like clingy and emotional, and other times they're totally turned away from you, and you feel like, why are you running hot and cold with me? Those are probably the disorganized.
Wow. Those are big. And
Yeah,
it's
those are
not to
huge.
say after coaching, therapy, and all of that, you can't change avoidance styles. I've seen those changes take place. One final thing, personal relationships, when you enter into one, look at the relationship. I'm not being negative here. Just look at the relationship with their parents and what their childhood was like centered around their parents, because that may connect later in life to what you might be dealing with. Maybe not, but it's one of those things I would put, little blip on your personal radar.
Oh, it sure does. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, we dug into a lot in a relatively short period of time today.
We
and I think
did.
this thing's fantastic. like we're
Yeah.
on the page. And this is what you do, Jen. You have a wonderful mission and nonprofit in terms of helping so many through animals. You work with so many of our veterans, those have been dealing with so much, and that's just a piece of you. If somebody's looking for some help, some therapy, how do they find you?
They can go to destinationsequinetherapy.com. You can set up appointments, get my contact info, everything you need right there. You're welcome to email, text, call, set up an appointment on that website, whatever you need to do. Feel free to do a search for us on the internet, see what we're all about. You can even meet some horses online and see who those guys are, and just reach out. Anything we can do, that's what we're here for.
Beautiful. Love what you do. Thank you for today. I'll talk to you at 6 p.m. tomorrow. I'm kidding. We'll have that conversation.
I'll be here.
Yeah. Next time we get together next week. And thank you again. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Steve.
We'll be right back.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.